Please welcome to the stage the fantastic Finn.
Hello, I'm Finn. 3 big things about me are my running ability, my height, and my climate change degree. I'm studying to become a climate scientist, one who is interested in how life across Earth has become more resilient to climate change. You might be thinking, vegan alert. Nearly. Actually, I'm a flexitarian, which means that I haven't quite mustered up the courage to stop eating chicken just yet. You might also be thinking, I must be really depressed. Nearly. Actually, my degree's given me a lot of optimism for the future, because I study climate change from all different angles, from a climate adaptation perspective, to a conservation and rewilding perspective, to a life form perspective. Who here likes to inspect their own fingernails? Great fun, isn't it? For the past few months, I've been inspecting fingernail-looking creatures called ostracods. These can tell us a lot about how life across Earth has adapted to climate change. They can molt their shells and regrow them all within a month. In the context of human fingernails, that could be 2 sets of acrylic nails, or the amount of time it takes one teenage boy to cut his nails twice with his teeth. Yeah, the teeth. Something else I've managed to cut my teeth into recently is conservation and rewilding studies. So I've been looking at how great beavers are. The animals. Unfortunately, in the UK, we hunted these to extinction. I don't know why. I, for one, wouldn't know where to start. My vice is chicken, as I said before. But yeah, we've started reintroducing them again though, and they're just really great. They can reduce flooding, reduce droughts, and reduce pollution within rivers. They're just all round good for the environment. Imagine we could say the same about humans. We could say the same about humans if we started getting better at climate change adaptation. So, I've been studying climate change adaptation and found that we've done it in quite a few novel ways throughout time. In Peru, some people live on floating islands. In the Netherlands, it's dams galore. And in the UK, we've just started putting on sun cream. Well, nearly, but not quite all of us. Now, I've personally had to adapt to climate change because of my height. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. It's the elephant in the room, which is such an odd thing to say when you consider my slim build. A giraffe would have been a better comparison, but hey-ho. Yep, I'm tall, and it's got quite a lot of positives to it, really. In the shops, I can reach the top shelf. When I'm in a big crowd, I can see for miles. And I'm the best basketball player in England as well. But there are downsides, if you can believe it. I get a lot of comments. You must eat your greens. How did you know that I was a flexitarian? Were you grown in a greenhouse? No, but I do study greenhouse gases. And of course, how's the weather up there? That's the classic one. Now, it actually is very associated with my ongoing struggle with climate change and my height. Because you see, hot air actually rises, and it's getting bloody hot up here because of climate change. I've had to adapt in so many different ways, and it's really not been easy. Whether that be keeping my hair short, using those silly personal fans, or dunking my head in cold water every hour. It's been really tricky. But one time, someone asked me the question, how's the weather up there? I decided to respond in a slightly different way. I offered for him to come and have a look, to come and join the 2 meter club. Come on, up on my shoulders. He obliged. Is that the Eiffel Tower over there? He asked as he climbed up. We were in Paris. But before he could even say, bloody hell, it's hot up here, we both came toppling back down. There's a reason people don't ride giraffes. But it was a really windy day, to be fair. It was not a good idea. It's all getting a lot more windy these days because of climate change. Talking about the outside mountain kind, not the eggy fart kind. But luckily for me, I run like the wind, the outside kind. And I love to run. My mama didn't give me these tree trunk legs for nothing. Yeah, I like it because it teaches me things about the world. It's environmentally friendly, and it gets me out and about. Recently, it got me out and about to Brighton on the train, and I was going there for the Brighton Marathon. And now, yeah, so the Brighton is a great place, really eco-friendly. There's a lot of what's it called? Well, it's great for me because when I'm running, sometimes it's nice for me to go and give a tree a hug now and again. But yeah, so what am I saying? It's also got a really great pier with arcade, which has got a great 2p machine where you have to create a tipping point with a big payout. Tipping point, payout. How can the two things go together is what my lecturers would be asking. Well, in climate science, it's true that tipping points can mean really bad things, like the oceans getting so hot that the circulation cuts off, or the ice sheets melting to the point of no return, or the wind in the UK getting so high that I can no longer stack anyone on top of my shoulders evermore. Yeah, it's not great. But it's different in the game. In the game, you want the coins to tip. I want the money, and I want to win. So, you know, and when I did actually leave with a lot of money that day, which was fantastic. I'll just check the paper again. But yeah, just that small change in perspective changes the whole thing, really. Tipping points don't all have to be doom and gloom. And the next day when I ran the marathon, I looked at all the good in society. The children who would give out slices of orange to all of the runners. The volunteers cheering everyone on as they were running. And this guy in the crowd who shouted at me, "Come on, Finn, you big man. You got this, lock in." Which was really helpful on a day where the air was very hot and also rising as well. But all that positivity is really motivating. And I thought you could apply it to climate change as well. Yeah, there's a lot of things to worry about, but there's also a lot of things to be optimistic about too. And I thought the whole weekend made me think, you know, there may be a lot of things that we can be frightened of, but channeling positivity from our passions into things that we want changing is probably a good idea. So maybe if we did that, we could all start seeing changes or start making changes that we wanted to see in the world. Thank you and good night.